How you guys doing? Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. It feels like it's been a while since I recorded a video, primarily because I've actually been out of town for the last week. I recorded a couple of videos before I went to go out of town and then released them while I was away, but it's been several days since I've actually recorded. The wife and I were able to shoot over to Maui for a little vacation. First time we've ever been away from our children. Well, technically her first time ever being away from our two children, but we had an amazing time. If you've been to Maui, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never gone to Maui, I highly encourage you to spend some time to get there if you can. When I was there, I actually didn't even go to a comic shop. I did a little searching on eBay and some things like that, and I did make a major purchase that I hope to share with you guys probably next week. But I didn't do much in the way of buying any type of comics. I read several comics on Marvel Unlimited, so that was quite entertaining. I spent a lot of the time on the flight actually reading different books like Spider-Man number 1, 2, I think 3 and 4. I finished up Externals, and then I read a couple of other books that I've wanted to read. So, but once I got back into town, which was at 5 a.m. this morning, we actually took a red eye out of Maui. We got back at 5 a.m. this morning. We did some family time, and I was able to sneak away for about an hour to shoot to a couple of my local comic shops. And so I want to show you guys some of the things that I picked up today, and also some of the things that actually came in the mail while I was away. So one of the first books that I actually ordered before I went out of town arrived, and it was Free Comic Book Infinity. This is actually the first appearance of Corvus Glaive. I think that's the correct pronunciation. He is the main leader, I think, of the Black Order, which appears in the new Avengers movie. So I picked this up for a reasonable price off of eBay. The book is in excellent shape. I'm thinking about picking up another copy that's already slabbed, but this one, if this is the only copy I have, I'll probably get this one slabbed, and it should come back pretty high, but it actually looks really nice, including the black back. I think the back is a black cover, and I asked the guy for lots of different photos of the back so that I can make sure that it was in great shape, and sure enough, it appeared to be. So added that to the collection today. I also picked up, I guess this makes sense maybe, no, let's skip that for now. Let's talk about, I was so jealous because I actually did watch a couple of videos of guys on Wednesday. They picked up some books, and I was in Hawaii, which was very nice, right? But I actually didn't get a chance to pick up a lot of the books that people were showing. So, but I did today. So I picked up Thanos. This is the annual number 1. So I picked this one up. I actually picked up 2 copies of that. I think that this is I think the last couple of pages actually kind of tee up the Cosmic Ghost Rider storyline, which is, I think, supposed to be starting this summer. So looking forward to reading that. I also picked up the variant cover. The last one was the regular, so I actually picked up 2 of the variant covers, and I think those are actually pretty darn slick. I mean, it's a really nice cover. I think both the regular and the variant are slick, but the variant is nice. So happy to have 2 copies of each one of those. I picked up issue number 17. This is also a variant. I have issue 17, but I did not have this variant, so I thought that was a pretty cool one, as the Silver Surfer wields Thor's hammer. So that was a pretty nice cover. And I picked up number 18. Also have this one as well, but this is the variant cover, which I did not have. So I picked the variant up, and again, a pretty nice cover of young Thanos fighting old Thanos. So that was pretty cool. I picked up number 4 of Legion. I have 1 through 4. I've only read number 1. I have not read the other copies yet. I'm hoping to be able to read it. I may end up actually finishing it, or actually reading it, I should say, when the 5th issue comes out, because I believe that issue number 5 is the final issue. You guys correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that it's a very short run for Legion. Also haven't even watched the TV show this season yet. I've heard very good things about it, so I'm hoping to actually watch that at some point. I watched season 1 and thought it was incredible. Season 2, I just have not yet had the time. Avengers No Surrender. This is the regular cover, Avengers 690 is the regular cover. And I also picked up the variant. I actually like the variant cover better. It's a pretty nice cover. So, and then I picked up, I've been on this whole cosmic kick. I think you guys know that if you watched my last video about the Thanos and some of those books, Infinity Gauntlet type books, even the Eternals. But I've been on this whole kick about getting things that are more cosmic oriented. For one, because I'm interested in the books, but then 2, that may be where things kind of head. And so I was in the shop today, and I was taking a look in the long boxes at one of the shop to kind of see what they had on hand. And they actually had Silver Surfer #1. I don't know that I've actually, seen this book in person before, so I was surprised to see it in the long boxes. It's actually in really, really good shape. I took it out of the bag and board and kind of inspected it, and it's in sharp condition. So very pleased to have this. And you've got the Silver Surfer here and Galacticus in the background there. So pretty nice book. Let's talk about this stack over here. Picked up all new Wolverine number 34. So I thought that was a pretty cool cover. I may have already bought this. Maybe I need to check. Maybe not, because it was on my pull list at one shop, so maybe not. But a pretty nice cover there. I also picked up. I have Weapon H, and I'm the fan of Weapon H. I have every issue of Weapon H that's come out so far. And I think you guys know that I'm also trying to do this whole Wolverine, Incredible Hulk, mini collection, if you will, because they've had so many epic battles and clashes over the years that I'm trying to get all of these wonderful stories and covers that feature these epic battles that these two have had. And so I saw this particular variant on the shelf before I went out of town. And while I was out of town, I actually sent the guy a message. It was like, hey, can you put that book in my box, because I'm going to buy it when I come back. I should have actually bought it when I was in the shop, but I was being cheap and I didn't. And, I went ahead and when I was there today, picked it up. It is Weapon H #1. It's the variant. And I just think it's just a really simple, silly cover featuring the Hulk, Wolverine, and Weapon H. So I just thought it was a cool cover, so I went ahead and picked that one up. So like probably many of you, I actually picked up The Hunt for Wolverine #1. So I'm looking forward to reading this probably tomorrow, because it's been a long day already. I picked up not 1 but 2 copies of that. I picked up a Venom 165. Pretty nice cover there. Eddie Brock. And then one of the things that I did is probably 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago, is I actually checked out a lot of different things that J. Scott Campbell had created. And I was on his website. I was taking a look at some of the things that he was going to be releasing. And one of those things that I saw was that he was going to be releasing a couple of exclusive variants from his own shop for Domino. And at the time, I didn't know, what was going to happen with Domino. I didn't know how good her story would be or her book would be. I actually didn't know much about her as a character, to be honest. And I think I spoke about that previously. But I do like the way that J. Scott Campbell actually draws women. Men, not so much, but women, I think he does a really, really good job with their physiques. So I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger, and I picked up some of his exclusive variants from his shop. And I think I think several of them are limited. I can't remember the exact numbers. It could have been 1,000. It could have been 3,000. I honestly can't remember, but I picked up A, B, C, and D cover from him. And they're all signed. This is just a really, really gorgeous cover of Domino. This was actually my wife's favorite, because I couldn't help but show her these books, and she thought that this was a really, really cool cover. So I thought that was really nice. And they sent them in these, I guess these are Mylar. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. But all of them also have this certificate of authenticity on the back side. So I picked that one up. Here's another featuring Deadpool, Cable, and Domino. I think this is a really nice one. And he's signed, as you can see down here, in blue at the bottom. But pretty nice cover. His Deadpool's pretty nice. Then here is another. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but certainly curious as to what your thoughts are if you have or haven't seen them. Thought it was pretty nice that he changed it up and actually wrote this one in red. Matches the and works with the cover quite nicely. Her silhouette is kind of got a red hue there, so the fact the writing's in red works really nicely. And this is the C cover. Actually put the certificate back there, has the C cover. And then the last one, which is maybe my favorite, is the D cover. And I think this one's just really, really gorgeous. The wings in the back on the wall. It's just a well done cover, and he switched it up and wrote down there in silver. So I thought this is a pretty nice cover. So definitely happy to have these in the collection. I may, we'll see whether I send them off to CGC or not. But I think all four covers are really, really sharp. It's going to be interesting to see, what they do with Domino, because I think she appears in the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2, so it's going to be interesting to kind of see what they do with her in that movie, and then whether there's something else that comes after that for her character. I think issue number 2, I guess, of Domino is coming up maybe sometime soon. Issue number 1 was okay. It was very heavy for me in terms of like backstory. I think they were really trying to do a good job of getting people immersed into her character and who she is and what motivates her, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm curious to see what issue 2 and beyond kind of look like, and see whether this is something that I'm going to stick with long term. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I don't know if you guys have seen these covers and these books. As always, open to your thoughts, comments, and suggestions. And certainly if I got anything wrong in this video, don't hesitate to correct me. I am not too proud to be wrong, and you guys have done a pretty good job of keeping me honest when I make a misstatement. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of times I turn the camera on, I record it, and then I typically upload it. I may slap a intro or outro on here, but for the most part it is a one and done kind of thing for me. I like to keep it fun, and so mistakes happen when you do something like that. So I may record another video right now talking about my acquisition today. I actually ventured out into Oakland to pick up some books from a guy. He sold me a large bundle of books for $50, and I have a feeling that my money may potentially be going to drugs. Can't be too certain, but yeah. So if you're curious, stay tuned to that. As always, thank you guys for watching. Take care.